everyone, how are you today? It is Bones Rodriguez here from NoMoreWaiters.com and I'm an actordammit.com. And I am here with a good friend of mine, Jules Price, who is an opera singer, an actress, a solopreneur herself, and she does a ton of voiceovers now from her home down in sunny Sarasota, Florida. Say hello, Jules.
Hey, guys.
So, Jules, I called yesterday and I was like, Jules, I want to interview you about the voiceovers you've been doing, because about a year ago, she called me to tell me that she had been very successful doing this. She is also one of the leaders in SendOutCards, which you guys know I promote. I promote it from a website called betterthanheadshots.com, where I have a video talking about why I think SendOutCards is so great for actors. But Jules here is actually one of the leaders in SendOutCards. A lot of people look up to her. She helps a lot of people with a lot of their business. She helps people with their businesses in SendOutCards. She wrote a book called Secrets of the Sock Drawer.
Secrets from the Sock Drawer.
Secrets from the Sock Drawer, excuse me. Well, tell us a little bit about your SendOutCards, life.
Well, yeah, as Bones was saying, it's just an amazing, initially it was sort of an amazing add-on to my acting career, and then it just sort of took on a life of its own. But it's just an awesome way to make extra money on the side of whatever you do, because it's a great tool, kind of like Netflix. And when you tell people about the tool and they use it, you get paid residually, which we all know in this business, residuals is king. So I saw the opportunity of it, 8 years ago when someone showed it to me, and I thought, oh my gosh, they're going to pay me to tell people about this. And so I just started sharing it on the side of what I do, and it's turned into a full-time, although I still sing professionally, and like Bones said, I do, I'm an author, but I really, it's just been an awesome add-on, and it gives you more options when you get paid when you're sleeping.
Thank you. Thank you. It just gives you more options when you get paid while you're sleeping. That's my entire thrust here at No More Waiters. There are two kinds of actors, those who bring the check to the table and those who get the check in the mail. Which would you rather be? And Jules saw the opportunity for SendOutCards, and so she pursued that. That is in No More Waiters. I talk a lot about SendOutCards because I think I promote myself as an actor with SendOutCards. See? This is kind of the one that I did an ABC thing, and these are like headshots and, stuff. So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But today we're talking about the voiceover work you're doing, because recently a course came out that I have been telling people about, because the truth is that internet is changing everything. And we know it's changed television, right? Because what the ABC series I auditioned for was a web series that didn't even get to the web. ABC saw it before it was on the web, and now they made a pilot. So the internet is changing absolutely everything, and voiceovers is one of those things. I mentioned that a while ago I went to a voiceover in a big booth with a whole lot of people, and then a couple years later it was in a little production studio of this guy's studio, and then the last one I did was in my bathroom, and I got paid almost just about the same for all three of those. But Jules, tell me about your journey into voiceovers.
Yeah, so basically, I lived in New York for 15 years doing musical theater and operetta, and I sang with the New York City Ballet. And about 8 years ago, I moved to Florida, so Sarasota, Florida, like Boone said. And so obviously I still sing with the ballet, but I really wanted to still stay involved in the performing world. And I realized that one of the realms I never had done anything with when I was in New York was voiceovers. And it is probably one of the main things you can do still, even if you don't live in New York, because of the opportunity of being able to do it from your home. And people, it's very, very rare that it's a necessity to go into a studio to record something. And every once in a while, they'll submit something that says, LA actors only, or, if they need you in the studio. But most of the time, everything that's available to you, you can audition from anywhere, send it in, and book it. And then when you book the job, you record it from home still and send it in. So that, to me, since I don't live in New York anymore, was really appealing. And I love the creative side of it. It really is an art. And I, even though I felt extremely experienced in musical theater, and that was my whole background, you can't just assume that you know everything there is to know about a different niche. And so, you know, I went, took a 10-week course, pretty intensive actually. I have my little book, this huge folder, which I don't know if you can see that well, but it's just a huge amount of material that I went through with one-on-one coaching with a voice coach, went through this whole folder, and you really intensively kind of mark things up, and the things that you think you would naturally do aren't always what you're supposed to do. And it was a little frustrating, especially as a singer. You think you got this, and you really have to learn the techniques and learn different intonations that might be the opposite of what your instincts are telling you to do. But you know, but by taking that course, and then he also helped me make a demo. So and then I had a graphic designer design my logo. My particular tagline is "Speaking Your Mind" instead of "Speaking My Mind." So it's "Speaking Your Mind," and I'm a redhead, so I had them draw like a little redhead girl there. And then I have my picture on the back. So anyway, having a demo is very important. Not always having a hard copy of it, but because so much is emailed.
That's actually, I was gonna, if I may, I was gonna jump in there for a second. Now, you've been doing it for a while, so you have that hard copy. There are people who, you know, not even interested in a hard copy because it would take them so long. So you happen to have it, but really, in the past year or two, has anybody requested the hard copy?
No, it's pretty rare. I mean, by having one, you can send it out when you're doing an agent mailing. But even my agent, I pretty much got all just through sending them the link to my demo.
Yeah.
And you want to have a good website, obviously, online. But I just made my own. And there's so many reasonable ways to do that, and put my demos on there, put my clients and testimonials, and I was off and running.
Awesome. Awesome. Cool. So, you know, yesterday I talked to George Trahanis, and today I'm talking with you, and you know, a different journey, right? And the way Jules and I got to be closer, by the way, is that you know, she comes and sings for the New York City Ballet, as she said, at Lincoln Center, at Lincoln Center, about twice a year, and then she travels around the world singing with them, which is pretty amazing. Now, you know, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, I sing twice a year for the New York City Ballet. I'm good the rest of the year," you know. But Jules just isn't like that. You know, she is someone who wants to be doing and wants to be working. And you know, of course, if Jules is going to go into voiceover, she's going to go and get a big binder of work and get CDs done, because that's the type of work ethic she has. Other people do less or more depending on what they're interested in. But you know, I've been promoting the new voiceover course because it's for people who are not actors already. It's for people who are like regular folks who just like have an inkling of what else they might be able to do from home. You know, I'm a big fan of creating these online vending machines where you have a website, and as long as you have people coming through it, that they'll buy things, and then you make money while you sleep, like she was talking about. Voiceovers can be one of those types of things where it's something that you are doing from home. And it's not actually trading time for money, but you know, to get paid, I guess you actually have to do the individual job.
Yeah.
But you know, like every other art form we have, the hard part is not the art form for us. The hard part is selling the art. That's where the difference is between the amateur and the professional. And as you saw, Jules obviously studies and worked on her voice to get a lot more gigs. Jules, tell us about some of the gigs you've done recently.
Well, it's been pretty fun because you just get a huge variety of work. You tend to learn. I'm hearing a little bit of feedback, Jules. I am hearing it. Oh, it's better. I think you tend to get to know what kinds of things you enjoy doing, and then typically those are the ones that you're better at anyway. I learned that in general, my voice is really well suited for kind of corporate, like e-learning modules. I really like doing instructional stuff because my voice is soothing but interesting enough not to put people to sleep when I'm, you know, giving. I did I did an entire manual for Union Gas in Canada, where every employee, when they get hired, has to go through a huge module, and it's like 16 hours long, and it's me telling them what they need to know. So that was, you know, believe it or not, I enjoyed that, even though other people would have thought that was horrible. So I like the kind of e-learning stuff. I like the corporate. I did a blue chip corporate video for a company in the UK, financial company. I've done a bunch of cartoons, not really kid cartoons, but more like animated science cartoons. I did one for Men's Health magazine.
Wait a second. You did an animated one for Men's Health magazine. Well, you know, I just want to pause right here and let the audience know that at this point is when I'm actually going to cut the video, because I'm going to cut it right here, because the rest of this interview is actually going to go over to the group that's a private mastermind group with me, people who are part of my private Facebook group. And if you want to see the rest of this interview, then I'm going to advise you to go to nomorewaiters.com/VIP, and you can join up on that group and be part of that Facebook group and get mentorship from me. It's a monthly subscription. So if you've enjoyed this, then go do that. If you want to learn more about voiceover, you can click the link below. If you want to learn more about SendOutCards, about Jules Price, those are all links below. And if you'd like to see the rest of this interview, then you can join us over at nomorewaiters.com/VIP.